I was able to finally stop caring about what other people thought about me after letting it cripple me for over 5 years, because I realized that most people don't even like themselves. So why in the world would I let them have that power over me as well? And after what I'm going to teach you in this video, you yourself will no longer be held back by it either, and you'll finally be able to go after your real goals in life because you no longer will care how other people view you.
And here we go.
So the reason you feel like there's just something missing in your life, the reason you feel like you could be doing so much more, and the reason you feel like the days are just flying by without making any progress at all is because you're scared to be yourself. And that's exactly how I felt up until about a week ago. Because over the last 5 years, I've always wanted to start creating content, but I was always scared of what other people were going to say about it. And even when I did muster up the courage to finally start last year, I would still get extremely anxious and nervous if any of my peers or family members found my channel because of what I thought they were going to think about it. But I came to the realization that no matter what you do with your life, not everyone is going to like you. Whether you go after what you actually want to do with your life or you spend your entire life trying to please other people, there's always going to be someone out there that has some shit to say about it. So if that's the case, wouldn't you agree that you might as well do the things that genuinely make you fulfilled?
Well, duh.
And wouldn't you rather get to the end of your life having done what you actually wanted to do instead of letting all of these fears hold you back?
I hope so.
And this made me realize that I was doing the exact same thing as the average person that I talk all this shit about. They try and tiptoe their way through life hoping to safely make it to death. And I realized that I was doing the exact same thing, which is why you just need to be yourself, because it's through living authentically that you can start naturally attracting the things that you want in life, the characteristics you want to build, the people that are good for you that you can surround yourself with, the goals that you want to achieve. And that is why I want to show you how I was able to gain the courage to finally start living authentically and live true to myself, and how you can do the same. Because what I've learned so far is that if you aren't able to live authentic and live true to yourself, then you're always going to live in this state of quiet desperation, always having this feeling in the back of your mind that you're leaving so much of your potential on the table. And that's the issue I was facing, and the issue I see so many young men facing nowadays as well. We live in this constant state of nervousness and anxiousness because we're trying to do something impossible. Not in the sense that our goals and ambitions are impossible, but that we're trying to be someone else other than ourselves. Now, I'm not saying that you can't learn from other people and apply what they've already done in order to get to where they are, but if you're trying to be exactly like them, the best you'll ever be is the second best version of them. So why not be the best version of you? And over the last few weeks, I started getting these negative thoughts in my mind of, what if my goals don't work out? What if I'm not cut out for this? What if I just go do this thing over here to please this person instead of doing what I actually want to do? Because everyone around me now knows that I make content, and I suddenly felt this external pressure of, what are they going to say if all of this doesn't work out? But after taking some time to reflect on it, I journaled something that I want to share with you that has given me an endless amount of motivation and fuel to attack my goals that I have never felt before in my life. And it says, stop playing the game like you have something to lose, because you don't. You're not going to give up because that's not who you are. And we all die in the end anyway. So worst case scenario, it takes longer than you initially thought, but you prove them wrong in the end. And best case scenario, it works out faster than you initially thought, and you still get to prove them wrong, just faster. And deep down, you can probably relate to this, but there's something truly freeing about being able to fully be yourself. If you think back to a time where you were able to do that, and the reason is because authenticity is the most attractive trait that a person can have. It is 400 times more powerful than love.
That's quite big.
And it's the reason why so many people love Sam Sulek, for example. Because he is constantly operating at the highest form of emotional frequency.
What the hell is even that?
Which is authenticity. So that means when we are trying to be our most authentic selves, it is the most powerful and relatable emotion that you can ever emit as a human. And as crazy as it sounds, it makes complete sense, and I'll tell you why. Because every person that I have ever found inspiring, and the strongest relationships that I currently have in my life, are with people who have learned to just be themselves. Think about your best friend or the content creator that you watch the most. there's a reason that you're drawn to those people, because there's something magnetic about their ability to be truly authentic. Because when they're being authentic, it allows you to do the same, which gives you this sense of freedom. Because then you no longer feel like you have to put on this mask, which prevents you from being who you truly want to be and eventually become the person that you want to become. But before you can ever begin to be authentic with others, you have to learn how to be authentic with yourself. This means consistently keeping the promises that you made to yourself. For example, if you told yourself that you were going to wake up and go to the gym tomorrow morning, you have to go. If you said you were going to meditate for 5 minutes today, you have to do it. Because how can you ever be authentic with other people if you can't even be authentic to yourself? And what I've recently learned about myself is that the more and more authentic I am with myself, I naturally set a standard that I have to be myself around others as well. Because if I wasn't any other way than 100% true to myself, it would eat away at me from the inside out. And this may sound weird, or you might even be able to relate to this, but I feel like it's because I've gotten to a point in my life where I actually like who I am. And it's because I started living truly authentic to myself and to the people around me, which has in turn given me this feeling of comfortability being myself, which is something that I could never say or admit to anyone else ever before in my life. Because all my life, all I wanted to know was, how do I stop giving a fuck about what other people think? How do I pursue my goals and ambitions without caring if other people laugh at me? And how do I find the courage to just be myself? But looking back at the younger version of me, I genuinely laugh and cringe at that version of me, because I realized that I wanted something that I didn't deserve. Because a person who lacks confidence in himself is someone who has never truly tested himself. And when you live out each day with the goal of keeping the promises that you made to yourself, you're going to have so much more trust in yourself, which is going to result in you not having to go into conversations with other people anymore, feeling shy or scared to be who you truly are. Because at that point, you're not going to care if they like you or not. Because as long as you know deep down that you're being truly authentic, that is the only thing that matters. So stop trying to impress other people and start trying to impress yourself. Have you ever talked to an older person and you usually hear their biggest piece of advice is just go for it, or don't let other people's opinions hold you back? So if that's the case, and that's how we're going to feel when we get older, why can't we decide to just make that decision right now? Because as cliche as it sounds, we ourselves are the only ones that truly hold us back in life. And when you actually understand that, even though we've heard it 1,000 times before, when you truly believe it deep in your heart and you understand that sentence right there, that is what gives you the sense of freedom. Because now everything in your life is under your control instead of placing the power in the hands of someone else. And if you feel like you don't have the people or a place in your life right now where you can be truly authentic, the top link in the description is where you can join my free Telegram, where you can surround yourself with other ambitious young men just like yourself. And it's going to be a place where you can be truly authentic to not only yourself, but to this brotherhood that we are creating. And as a final send-off, I want to leave you with this quote to remember. Half of life is lost trying to please others. The other half is lost by the anxiety caused by others, and both of which are caused by nothing more than our own minds. But I hope you found some value in this, bro, and I'll see you in the next one.